Hey everybody, I'm Christina Daves. I want to welcome you to this training of taking you from established to known. How many of you all feel like the world's best kept secret in your industry? I do a lot of speaking. I hear this all the time. I say this and everyone's like, Christina, how do you know this? And I just want you to imagine for a minute what it would be like if you were the go-to expert in your industry, if you were the person. What would that do for your business? It's a game changer. I know because I do it every day in my own business. But how many of you are frustrated because you don't know what to do? So I am here today to help, because this is what we know. The more visibility you have, the more clients you have, the more clients you have, the more sales you're going to have, the more money you're going to make. So who am I? I'm Christina Daves. I'm a PR strategist. I work with people every day, just like you, helping them land in the media. And what's really important is I walk the walk. I do this myself. This was my game changer when I appeared on the Steve Harvey show with my invention. I won his top inventor competition. The rest is history. I have been on national radio. I have been in national magazines. I've been on national television. I'm actually on television every single month as a lifestyle expert. And I share this with you not to brag at all, but just to tell you, I'm you. I didn't use a PR firm. I didn't hire a publicist. I figured it out. So what I'm going to share with you today is just going to get you further to the finish line, so you don't have to figure out everything that I've spent all this time figuring out. And just really quickly to show you how this works, I've personally been in 1,000 media outlets. Together with my clients, we have over $100 million in sales from free publicity, and we have over 1 billion views. So what I'm going to share with you today works, I promise. So let's figure out what's possible for you, right? Because this is why you're here. Let's see what we can do for you. The first thing is, do you check out? What is anyone going to do before they work with you, before they use you as a media expert? They are going to Google you. So what happens when they Google you? Do you check out? So take a screenshot of this if you want. This is what when I work with my clients, this is what we make sure that you have. Super important is your messaging. You have a split second to make a decision. So is your messaging clear and concise? Do you have a good brand feel? People buy when they feel. You want to make people feel. Are you engaging in social media? Have you ever been in the media before? So take a screenshot of this. This is what is really important. You know, do people know what you do for them the minute they find out about you? Because here's the problem. It is a noisy world. Look at the statistic. This always blows me away. We are exposed 4,000 to 10,000 ads every single day. Call it Scroll Nation, right? We go through our phones like this. So it's really important that we cut through this, that you cut through this, so that you're the one that people are listening to. We have 7 seconds. Boom. I've heard it's actually less than that. You've heard this analogy before. We have the attention span of a goldfish. So 3 to 7 seconds to grab someone's attention. Are you doing that? This is one of my favorite. This is a client. I'm going to play the video for you. I mean, look at this. You feel this home, right? Anyone can market your home. I'll make it famous. That makes you feel. Again, one of my absolute favorite websites that a client has done. Many people have this awesomely generic website. Problem, your online presence isn't good. Result, you don't get the interview, or you don't get the clients or the customers. They're going to go with somebody who has a website that they relate to. It's not how pretty it is. It's the messaging in the website. Are you addressing your potential client's pain point? If you're going to do an interview, can you answer the questions? Are you the right person? And can they tell that instantly when they get to your website? Are you niching? I hear this all the time. Christina, I can work with everybody in my industry. But once you start niching down, you get more clients and customers because you're speaking to that exact person. And also for media, they want the person who can talk about their particular topic, not just this, I can talk about everything in my industry. Sure, you can, but you will be much more successful by honing in on something. So the problem is not niching, and the result is somebody else who is niching is going to get the interview. So what is your expertise in your space? What do you do better than anybody else? And start honing in on that, because then those people find you. We say, who's your ideal client? Who do you want to work with over and over? If you could just keep replicating them, talk to that person on your website, in your media pitches, in your social media. Talk to the person you want to work with. The next one is brand feel. How do you make people feel? People buy when they feel. So look at what you're doing, and are you getting people to feel you? My brand feel is relatability. I hear that all the time. Like, Christina, you're on TV, you speak on these big stages, and then they meet me and they're like, oh, wow, this is, I'm relatable. I'm the girl next door. What is your brand feel? And make sure that you're putting that out there. People want to work with people. They don't want to work with businesses. They don't want to work with a corporate logo. They want to work with people. So make people feel. Okay, now my favorite part, landing media attention. Again, feel free to screenshot this if you like. It's my Get PR Famous formula. 3 steps. Be newsworthy, create great hooks, find the right journalist. Boom. That's what you need for success. And 99% of your competitors are not doing it. So if you follow this, you're going to be light years ahead of everybody else. This is how you stand out, how you're different. This is why you want media. Instant credibility. You get those logos on your website, it's instant. People want to work with famous people. Trust me on this. They love it. So this is why you want real logos. I'll get on my soapbox just for a second. Don't put out a press release that is housed all over on all these servers, and then you say, as seen on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. That is not real. You need to be able to click to it. You need to be able to link to your article, have a screenshot of it, have a PDF, have a video, have your media appearances on your website, not just that a press release that you wrote was housed. These are real, legit interviews. It's very important about that. I get on my soapbox about that all the time because there are companies that will sell you that. That is not real credibility. That is fake credibility. It increases your digital footprint. Remember, we talked about it. What are people going to do? They're going to Google you. So what happens when they Google you? Well, this is one of my clients who's a realtor. Imagine if they Google you and she's got NBC, Real Estate Radio, Washingtonian Magazine with the Washington Post, Military Money Matters, all this media. So if somebody's deciding between you and somebody else and they just throw your name into Google, use the Google juice and the credibility and the coattails of the media outlets. This is why you want media. This gives you credibility. Okay, the easiest way to be newsworthy is what we call newsjacking. What's happening in the media right now today that you can jump on with, that you can be an expert on? Because what happens is there's a hot story and everyone's paying attention to it. So the media wants to keep the story hot. So they start to bring in peripheral stories, and that's where you come in. What's hot that they want to keep hot and on everyone's radar that you can bring yourself into? So I'll give you a couple examples. When the Redskins announced their new name to the Commanders, I was on about their brand. And it was all about, Washington retires a name. And I was on remote down in Texas. So positioning yourself as the expert for something, I'm a branding, PR, marketing expert. So they asked me about that. This is a client of mine who did, and if there are realtors watching, it's one of my favorite ones. Do you have to disclose a death in the house? This was in Virginia. So if you're not in Virginia, you could use this. This was on CBS, but they pitched it, Lizzie pitched it around Halloween. So it's timely and relevant. It's another big thing about newsjacking is, do they have to give you the yes or the no right now? That's what you want. Immediacy, yes or no. If you just give them a generic evergreen pitch, they don't have to get back to you. It goes in a file folder. They might get back to you, but there's no urgency to tell you yes right away. Here's another one. Janae runs several homeless shelters in Orange County, California. And the laws changed. And one of the things was a homeless person couldn't have chemotherapy because they didn't have a home to go back to. They didn't have an address. So medical professionals couldn't treat them. So she started, one of her shelters was for the homeless with cancer. So again, it was timely, it was relevant, it was something that just happened. Look at your laws change twice a year, January and July. That's a great way to get in the media, see what's happening and what's changing, and be timely with it. Okay, so that's newsjacking. I'm going to give you a couple things to avoid. Media myths, like I don't want you to make these mistakes. Number one, that the media cares about you. I'm not being mean. The media cares about their numbers and they care about their audience. If their audience is happy, their audience loves their content, they're coming back. Your goal, your number one goal, is to make their audience happy. How can you do that? How can you get them to watch and listen to your story and engage? Then we've got the whole social media piece. Will they share your story? Will they help make it bigger and bigger? That's important to the media. Are you newsworthy? Is your story timely, relevant, and happening now? Media mistake number two, you are not finding the right journalist. What are you talking about in your industry? Find those people. Google it. It's not that hard to find it. Pick up the phone and call the news station. Who would cover a story about X? You don't want to send, your business story to the food editor unless you're writing a business food cookbook. I don't know. It has to be relevant. People are busy. People in the media are crazy busy. So we don't want to send them the wrong person the pitch because it's just going to go in the trash. Another big mistake is you don't know how to get them to open your email. You're writing emails that are this long. I always say, put yourself in the media's position. Are you going to read an email that's this long? No. Short, sweet, to the point. Get to it. Where's the value? What can you do for them? Always remember what's in it for me. Like what's in it for them, the journalists. It's not about you. You're going to reap all the benefits, but we've got to be value to them. And then the hook. The hook is your subject line. The hook is everything in your business, period. If you are not mastering hooks, you have to. It's your email newsletter hook. It's your media pitch hook. It's your social media hook to stop the scroll nation. You have to learn how to get people to get excited about what you're talking about. Don't use clickbait. That's not a hook. But how do you get people excited and engaged about what you're talking about? And again, I've talked about this. You don't know how to write a good pitch. Well, you're going to know how to write a good pitch now because you're going to write about something that's newsworthy, that's timely, that's relevant, and you're going to make it short and sweet. That is the most important thing that I can tell you. And value to the journalist audience. So important. Using outdated strategies is another problem. Don't even send press releases. They're such a waste of money. I've interviewed so many journalists. They're not reading them. Send a targeted pitch to the right journalist with a great hook and a newsworthy story, and you will have success, much more so than you ever will with a press release. They're not reading them. They used to be valuable and coveted because people only sent them out for real newsworthy stories. Now people are doing it for SEO every single day, so it's a dime a dozen. There's no value to them anymore. This is so important. When you get the interview, do not ask the journalists for questions. That's not their job. It is your job to come prepared for your interview. I say to my clients all the time, I'm not putting you on TV to have you talk about a widget that you've never heard of. This is your expertise. It's everything that's here. And if by any chance they ask you a question you don't know, it's okay to say, I don't know. That is so much better than answering with something that's not right, that somebody could then fact check you and it's not accurate. And you can always, you'll get much better at this the more you do this, but you could always say, John, I'm not really sure about that. However, let's talk about this since we've been talking about this. Like you can shift the conversation, but don't ever ask for questions ahead of time. That's not the way it works in the media. And then as we talked about, your online presence, are you checking out? This is so important. And one of the things I do when I speak is I'll tell people, pull your website up on your phone and find someone you don't know and say, do you know instantly what I do and who I serve? And do that. Next time you're at an event or a meeting or somebody you don't know, you're at a dinner party, just say, hey, will you help me with something for work? That will really help you identify. And then you can say, well, what did you think I do? Because remember, you've got that split second. So make sure you make it count. When the media lands on your website, make sure they know that you are a great expert for them. And again, this is helping you with clients and customers as well. A confused mind never buys. So we want to make sure that it's super clear cut and they know exactly what you do for them. And, you know, again, as I've been saying, what makes you the expert? That niching, that, you know, any credibility you have on there. If you have prior media, if you have the logos, you want to put all of that on there to show that you are the expert. And here's something really cool about media is media begets media. So once you start getting media, it's like you're vetted with them. They know, oh, well, Christina's been here, 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 here. I don't have to check her out. If they're all using her, I can use her too. So that's really important. And this is how you make yourself famous. And you might say, Christina, I don't want to be famous. Someone in your industry is going to be famous by regularly landing in the media. And I want it to be you because it's such a game changer for your business. This could be you. This is me. This is my clients. It's not hard. You need the strategy. Be newsworthy, create great hooks, and find the right journalists. And at the end of the day, it's all value, value, value to their audience. Again, if you aren't the one in the media, somebody else is going to be in the media. They are going to be the ones to get the visibility, the credibility, and the business. So let's make it you. If you want to learn more, you can scan this QR code. You can go to e2kchecklist.com, which is established to known, which will go over all these things that I talked about today to get you kind of kick-started. And if you're really serious and you're ready and you want help, let's chat. I would love to help you. Chatwithchristina.com. We can talk about what you're doing, what your industry is. I will tell you the Today Show, CNN, MSNBC is not for everybody, but you might have incredible success being in your local newspaper, your regional magazine. So I can help you figure out what is best for you. Might even be a trade publication. But if you're interested, this is a 15-minute consult and we can talk more and see if there's a way that we can work together. So thank you for your time. I was just thrilled to be here with you. Start pitching the media. If I can say nothing else, it will be a game changer for your business. It has completely transformed my life and the lives of my clients, and I want you to be next. So here is to your PR success.